The Prodigal Son. There was once a wealthy man who lived in a small town. He had two sons whom he loved dearly. The older son was obedient, disciplined, and worked faithfully in the fields every day. The younger son, however, was restless. His heart longed for adventure, pleasure, and freedom far beyond the walls of his father's estate. One day, the younger son approached his father with a bold request. "Father," he said, "give me my share of the inheritance now, before your time." Though the father's heart ached, he divided his property between his two sons. With haste, the younger son gathered his wealth, left home, and set out for a distant land. At first, life was everything he imagined. He surrounded himself with new friends, indulged in banquets, wine, music, and pleasures of every kind. Gold slipped through his fingers as though it were sand. Day by day, he wasted all his inheritance on reckless living, chasing the fleeting joys of the world. But soon the laughter faded, his pockets grew empty, and his so-called friends abandoned him when he had nothing left to give. To make matters worse, a severe famine struck the land. The once proud son, now penniless and hungry, found work feeding pigs in the fields of a foreigner. Day after day, he watched the animals devour the pods, wishing he could fill his own stomach with the same food. Misery pressed heavily upon him, and he finally came to his senses. "How many of my father's servants have food to spare?" he thought. "Yet here I am starving. I will return home and say, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be your son. Make me as one of your hired servants.'" So he rose and began the long journey home. While he was still a long way off, his father saw him from afar. Filled with compassion, the old man ran to his son, embraced him, and kissed him. The son began his confession, but the father called out, "Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Place a ring on his hand and sandals on his feet. Kill the fattened calf and prepare a feast, for my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." And so the house was filled with music and celebration. The older brother, though angry at first, learned that mercy and love were greater than resentment. The father's joy was not only in wealth, but in the return of a child once lost. Thus, the prodigal son's story reminds us all. No matter how far we wander, a loving father's arms remain open, waiting to welcome us home. Please like and leave a comment if you're not following us. You probably will not see us again. Follow for more.